Hello guys, my name is Donald Bana from badescode.com, and today I will teach you how to make a very nice website and make it responsive. What we are going to do today is I will teach you how to build a restaurant website from scratch and completely responsive. We also set a shopping cart app on it. So let's see what we are going to build. That is it, guys. This is what we are going to build. As you can see, it's pretty nice and a responsive too as well. So when we take the iPad 12, you can see the iPad Air, sorry, you can see how it look on it. So that is it. When we take the iPhone 12 too, you can see how it look on it. So let's go back and check the functionality of the website, how the website function actually. So when you press order you can see that a number appear on the shopping cart at the top here. So basically we are going to set also, I will teach you how to set a shopping cart too. So when you click on it, you can see that it appear here. So you can see how the shopping cart appear. You can add more quantity, but as soon as you are adding the quantity, you can see that the total amount to also update at once. So the amount also will change at once. So when you can be checking down and see anytime I increase the number of the quantity number, you can see that the total amount also change. So that is it. You can also remove it. When you remove any item from the cart, you can see that the total amount also update at once. So that is it. When you remove the last item, you can see that the total amount is 0. So basically is what I'm going to teach you today, and thank you for watching. So let's start. So the first thing we are going to do is we are going to create the project folder. So we create our project folder. So I will go to my HTML here and I will create a new folder that I will call restaurant hot. So we kindly open our Visual Studio. We open our Visual Studio and we open our file from our folder, from the Visual Studio. So as we go to where our folder is, so we select it, we open it inside our Visual Studio. So as we are in our Visual Studio code, the first thing we do is we open our various files, which are HTML file, CSS file, and a JavaScript file. So first thing we do right now is we click on it, we do index.html for the first one. The second one will be style.css. So the third one will be index.js. So as you can see, we have our 3 files inside our folder, our restaurant folder. Here we have the first one, index.html, index.html, index.js, and style.css. So what are we going to do? The first thing we are going to do is our index HTML. We are going to set prepare our index HTML document. So we just press like this and it will appear. So first thing we do, we just change our title to hot restaurant. So for those people, for let's say for the beginners, when you change the title here, let's run our server so that you people can see what is going on. So that is it. If you can see, when you change your title here, is the title which will appear at the top here, which will appear when you open your website. That is the title of your website actually, which appear here. As you can see, is here. Okay, so that is it. So the next thing we are going to do, we are going to link our CSS file to our index, to our HTML document. So that is what we are going to do. Basically, we just do link. Do link. We have html.css. So we have link our CSS file to our HTML document. So you can see that here, when I follow the link, you see that it directs us directly to our style.css file. So that is it. Oh, let's go. What are you going to do? For the first thing, okay, like this is better. You guys can see clearly. The first thing we are going to do is we are going to set our section navbar. We are going to search our section navbar. So it's what you are going to do. Basically, what is about, this is the navigation bar, the navbar we are going to set actually. That pictures here, and we will be having on it our logo, our home menu, and also our shopping cart icon, and our zero at the top here. So basically is what we are going to set for the moment, is what we are going to do. So let's start then. Okay, so first thing we are going to do, we are going to put section ID navbar. Let's put it navbar. That is it. For those of you who ask, why do we use ID? We have two types. We can use ID and class. ID help us to locate. You see, in our HTML document, we can have many sections. So when we are going to work on any specific section, we have to locate that section. If you're having 50 sections on our HTML document and you want to work on maybe the 40th or the second one or the third one, we have to locate that section. So it's why we use ID, or also we can use class, so that it will be easy for the machine to locate where you are going to work. So that is it. So the next thing we are going to, and another thing guys too, we avoid to use too much technical terms, because when I was learning, it was some way when they were using too much technical term, I get completely lost inside. So I prefer to use very simple terms, and so that everybody can be on the same page. So that is it. So let's start. Let's continue then. So the next thing we are going to set our nav container by using a div class nav container. So that is it. So the next step, as you can see on our website, we can see that we can set a logo here. It's not a logo, it's a text I have typed, but I will consider it like a logo. So that is it here. So it's the first thing we are going to do. We are going to set this text as a logo for us before to move to the various elements of the menu. So let's go and we do div dot logo. That is what we are going to do. So we put hot, and inside our logo, this class logo, we will set a span tag. The span tag, if you can see on if you can see guys on our logo, you see that we have a red, the hot is white, and the food is color red. To do that, you have to set a span tag who will help us to change the food to red as the hot is in white. What we do is I was saying we set to so to the span tag we give an ID logo, and we put food, and okay, so we have set our logo then. So let's go to the menu side now. So now we are going to set an unordered list, which is UL, and we affect a class of menu to it. So that is it. And the next thing inside our UL, you will give a li, which is a list item with an anchor tag, so we give a list item. Inside the list item we give an anchor tag. Basically the anchor tag is used to link any to help us to if I want to make it more simple, is the place for a link. When you click on any element inside the anchor tag to another file inside our website, so most of the time you can see home, menu, order, the other stuff. When you click on home like this, it will link us to where we want to go. So the anchor tag is just there to put a link to where we want to go. So let's, if you can understand me like that, because I'm trying to break it down. I don't want to use any technical term. So that is it. So anytime you are going to link any document, you are putting an item, and you want, when you click on it, it will direct the user to another file or another element, or inside your website or outside your website. You put that link inside our anchor tag. So that is it. So from there we just copy it and paste it 4 times. Copy, home, we put menu, and we will do ordered, and we do contact. That is it. So as we can see here, you have a menu, we have home, menu, order, and contact. So that is it. That are our menu elements. So from there, what we do next, we are going to set our shopping cart icon, which is basically this one here. Let me see if we can miss. So that is here, the bag, the shopping bag icon here, and the 0 at the top. So we are going to set it. So that is it. So let's go. So From there we put a div class shop. In our div class shop we put a p hash number. P is standing for paragraph element. Anytime you want to put a paragraph in your HTML document, you have to wrap it inside a P tag. So anytime you want to put a paragraph in your HTML document, you have to put inside a P tag. So P is standing for paragraph element. So as I told you, we can have many P in our HTML document. So to locate space which P we are going to use, we are going to style, or we are going to put a functionality on it. So we just do what? We affect a div or a class to it, is what I just done by putting a ID number. So that is it. So the ID number, we hold 0. That is it. So also we will set our icon. So to set our icon, we have to go to Google and look for boss icon. We go to Google and we put boss. Okay, as I have it on the top already, maybe you can put it here. Boss icon. Sorry, boss icon. Boss icon. That is it. There are many icon websites. We have many of them. We have icon 8. We have boss icon. There are many of them. So me, I prefer boss icon. So it's nice and it's okay for me. So I'm not here to do any advert for any brand. So I like boss icon. It's okay. So from here we just type. No, first we go to usage. Usage. We go and copy a link. We have the script link, but me, I won't take the script link. I prefer the so we have the CSS. I prefer the CSS link. So this is the CSS link. So what we do, we just copy the CSS link here, we copy it, we come at the top, we come back here, and we just copy it there. So that is it. So I think that when you link like this, it's supposed to do some. Okay, it's working perfect. So that is it. So from there now, as we have our link, the link will just help us to connect ourselves to the website, to boss icon website, to get our icon there. So we go back from there, as we have our link set already. So we go back to just press back. Okay, so from here we just tap shop. When we just tap shop, we come back. You have here, it's here, that is the shopping bag. So we just click on it. We click on it, we come back to font. From font, we click on the link down here. Is it the text here? So when you click on it, you just come back to your HTML document, and sorry guys, I have to do it again. Okay. Just click copy, click on it, and you paste it. That's it. So now, as you can see, we have our 0 here, and we have our shopping bag icon down here. So nice. So I think, okay, we are doing well. We are moving forward. So then I think that's all. That's all for the HTML document. So we are going to our CSS file. We are going to style it. You can see this one is raw. So we are going to make it nice, beautiful, like the one we have in our the one we have here. So that is what you are going to do basically. So what we do is we just go to our CSS file. Before to work the first step in our CSS file, we do what? We try to import a font family from a Google font. So we go to Google font, which is Google font. That is it. We go to Google font. We are going to import our font family from Google font. Because they have very nice font family. So if you can see, I already prepared some family down here. So for you, those who doesn't know how to use it, you just type the various name. You can type Rubik. When you tap Rubik, you select it. When you select it, it will give you different style of Rubik. So you just take one. Let's say you just take this one, the light. You press select and it will appear down here. Me, I have one already, so I will just remove it. So that is basically the way it works. So you select the different one, because I select 3 Josephine Son, as you can see, which is light 300 click, Macondo regular 400, which is regular 400, and you have the Rubik light 300. So that is it. So when you finish selecting them, you just come to import here. We come to import, you select our style tag, so that like this, copy. So after copy it, the next step will be adding, it will be star bracket padding 0, margin 0, and box sizing 0. We do also, I say box sizing, box sizing border box, and we do also list none, and text decoration none. So that is it. So the next one we do is like we style our navigation bar. Now we start styling our navigation bar. So I will strongly advise you people to always comment your code. It make life more easier to anybody who want to refactor it, or who want to understand how you build it. So we make nav bar section. Okay, so that is it. So from there, the first thing we are going to take is hash attached to the name you are using inside our HTML document. So that is it. So we use hash navbar. The first thing we use the background image, but before to put the background image, we try to tag that background image to more small. What does it mean? When you go back to our website, you will see that the image is a little bit dark. It will allow us to see the text we have put on the image. As you can see under, you see that the image under is a little bit dark to allow us to see all the elements we have put on the image. So how do we do that? I'm going to show you right now. We will use a linear gradient. So we'll just put linear gradient. The linear gradient will give different color, which will be some kind of black, 554, and 0.3. So that is the first one. So we give another one to we give 5 4 46 0.7, and we try to set, we open another folder which will be image. We put image, and we copy all the image we are going to use inside our HTML document for our website there. So I have some image already set on my home, so I'll just go to my home website and go and copy all the images inside here. So that is what we are going to do. I'll just do copy, and I'll come back to hot restaurant, and I will copy it here, paste it. So that's it. So I have all view. Just got. Okay, guys, you can see now that the pictures is appearing. So I have done a little mistake. The URL was inside our gradient, linear gradient, how can I say, curly bracket, right? So we have removed it from there. So now we can continue. So the high, we make a background color, a background repeated, no, repeat. Why we use background repeat, no repeat? Sometimes you put the image and it will double himself. Unless to cover all the space allowed, he will double himself many times on the space. So we just use background repeat, no repeat, to avoid that. So the next thing we do now is to do background side cover. Display flex, justify content, center, and color white. Okay, so you can see why did I use display flex, justify content, center? I want all the elements on the picture to be on the middle of the picture. Is why I use flex for now. But what I will do is, like, I will just remove it for the meantime, so that people will understand it more. I'll just remove for the meantime. So as we are working on, we see that all the elements will go to the top, so we have to centralize them. So now we are going to work on our logo. So the logo we take, as I told you, when is a class we use dot, when is the ID we use hash. So first of all, you work on the size. The size will be 25 PS. The font family will be Macondo, as we have imported already. So, and let me put the color white so that you guys can see how it look like. So you can see that our foot, after putting the font family Macondo, our foot's font family has changed. Now we see that it look better, more nice. So let's continue. We give a font weight to it. To our logo, we give a font weight of 600, and from then we just use hash logo. Why hash logo? You remember that inside our span, we have inside our span tag, we have done what? We have set a ID logo inside our span tag to locate, to work on our food. So it's what we are going to do. So from then we just give a color red. So we just give a color to it, which is red, but more well. So we give 97. So why did I change the red like this? Is because the pure red is too bright, so I want it to be more small dark. So is why I have changed the red color like that. So that is it. If not, I can use the red color red, but it will make it more bright. So is why I just use that kind of color. So let's go now straight to our nav container. So our nav container, inside our nav container, we do what? We want to spread all our elements on the picture. You see, we have inside our element, we have, sorry, I'm still, inside our nav bar, you can see that we have our nav container, we have our logo. Inside our nav container, we have our logo, we have our menu, and we have a shop. That is the three main elements inside our nav container. You can see, which is the logo, the menu, and the shop. So we want to spread those elements all over the picture, all over the picture. We want to spread it on the picture because now it's on column. So we don't want it on column, we want it horizontal on our picture. So what do? We just, you know that all those three elements are inside our nav container. So we just come to our CSS, locate our nav container, and then just use display flex. As we use display flex, you can see that all the element was on column. Now there has been put horizontal. So from there, we can say they have been aligned. That is it. That we align horizontally. So that is it. So from there, we do what we do. Align item center. It will put all our item in center. Justify content center. It will move them to the center. Okay. So from there, we just justify content again. Space around. So what do is we just spread them every element on our picture. So you can see clearly from here, you can see that all the element now has been spread, has been aligned and spread all over our picture. So the next step now is to work on the menu. You can see we cannot see the menu very clearly, so I will just change the image color by putting menu. I will just put menu dot menu leaf a and you put color white. Now you can see, guys, that the color has changed. Now people can see clearly what is going on at the top there. So what we are going to do, we are going to use the same process for our menu, because we can see that inside our menu we have three elements again. We have home, menu, and other, which are in column. So we want to spread them to horizontally. We want to put them in line. set them like so. What we are going to do, we are going to use the same process for menu. So what do? You will do is just use dot menu. We do what? We do display flex. After display flex, we do justify content center. We do align item center also. We do what next? We do justify content also center. After justify contents center, is it necessary? Yes, yes, it is necessary. So we do justify content space between. But you can see that as we give space between, nothing has happened because we haven't set a wide between them so that there will be a space among them. You can see that as we have set space between, they are all together. So what we do is like we give a wide for it to give a space among them. So we just give a wide of 30%. So as we give the wide of 30%, you can see that a little space appear between all the elements. So the next thing we do now is we give a font size, of 20 ps. But okay, we can see that as soon as we give the font size to all the elements has come together again because of the size of each element who has increased. So what we do is like we work on it later. So let's continue. So when we are going to make it responsive, we are going to give space among those elements. So it's just to show you how it works. Anytime you put a display, you have set a display for many elements, they are together. Try to give a wide for it to see if the space will appear. So next thing we are going to do is we are going to give a font weight. We give a font weight of 400. That is it. And give a font family to it. We give a font family of Rubik. So you can see that the font family has changed. As I was telling you, as I told you before, you see that all the elements are in the top. So we want them to be in the middle, in the center of the image, like the one we have. You see all the elements are in the center of the image. So we want to do the same thing. To do that, what we do is like we go to the top straight, a display here, a display flex, and justify content center. That's all. Content center. That's all. So that is the way it's supposed to be. So you can see now when we open all, you can see that all the elements in the middle now. So now what is our next step? Our next step is to style our shop bag. Our shop bag has to be styled to look like this. So what we do is like we style it. So let's go back to our code. Nice. So we have finished with our navigation bar, but one thing again, we have to make our element over. When you put our cursor on it, you can see I want to make it over. You can see when you put our cursor on it, there's a plate, a kind of a small bar which appear at the bottom of the element like home. So I will do the same thing here. To do that, we just do what? We come here, come back to our CSS file, we just do dot menu and we put our hover. Our hover, we do what? We put border button, and for that we give 4 ps solid, and I will give a red color to it too. And what else? We can see that now it has appeared. When we put our cursor on it, it will appear. That's nice. So I told you guys that we make it responsive. Once we are making it responsive, we give a space among every element so that it will look more beautiful. The way all the elements are together is raw, so we are going to make it responsive by putting a little space among every element. What do we do now? Let's go down and we just give a border radius of 5 ps so that it will look like this. That is it. So to locate where when we go back to our document, you see that our shop bag and the number 0 is inside the shop, a div class shop. So it's why we are calling that div class shop by using dot shop. So inside our dot shop, what we do, we put position relative. We put our position relative. Position relative, I will strongly advise you to, I will highly recommend you to go online and type it and learn a little bit about it, because they are very important. They are very important, and they are very necessary for a website. When you want to make a very nice and responsive website, you have to learn those small tricks. So that is it. So position relative, from the position relative to we make a cursor pointer, so that when we put it, the cursor will be pointed. So you can see that when we put now our cursor on our shopping icon, the cursor change. It gives now a finger which is pointing at the top, to the top, sorry. So that is it. Is why we put cursor pointer. Anytime when you put your cursor on it, you see it will change. Your arrow will change to a hand pointing to the top. So that is it. Next step we are going to do now, we are going to work on our number. We have a P ID number, P standing for paragraph element. So we are going to work on it, so we just use hash number, position absolute, top -7 ps. You people can see that as I put up my -7 ps, the 0 has moved to the top. That's nice. Font size 20 ps, left 15, background color black, and this align center is very important. You have to be in the center. We put the background color to it so that we can see very well the 0. Anytime we are clicking any item, you want to select any item from our HTML document and want it to be inside our cart. When we are making an order or we are selecting an item which is supposed to go to the shopping cart, it has to show us the number of items which has been selected. So for that, we have to make it very clear so that people can see the number of items which has been selected. Is why I'm putting a background color black here, so that if it's 2 is 1, we can see it clearly. It can be clear to see. So what we are going to do now, you see that the background color is too small, so we are going to make a little bigger by giving a white, I think, and also we make the 0 in the center of it. So is what we are actually working on. So the text center, we put the 0 in the middle of the background color, and we give a border radius. We give a border radius to it. The border radius we give 50 yes, so that it will be round, and we give a height too of 25 ps and a width of 25 ps. That is it. Dot menu. Now no, how we are going to, I think, let's see. Okay, so now we are going to work on the shop back himself. You can see that the 0 now has been well set nicely. Now we are going to work on our shop back. So just do, let me see if I have given an ID to. Okay guys, let's come back to our HTML document. Here we have to give an ID. We're about to locate our, so what we do here is we just put shop back as an ID, and we use it directly inside our CSS file, which will be shop bag. So there, what we do, we just give a font size of 25. Yes, that is it. You can see now that our shopping bag is looking nice and big. So we are almost there. I think that we have finished with our navigation bar like that. You can see that now that it look like the same thing here. So that is it. So if you have any question, you can maybe drop in the comments and I will answer you. So that is it, and I hope that you understand so far what we have done, and I hope that I have make it understandable to all of you. We are facing a little challenge, but I hope that everything has gone. The next thing we are going to do, we are going to move to our the home screen. So the home screen, this is our home screen here. You can see that in our home screen we have two main elements. We have the slider here, and we have our text here, our welcome text here. The slider element is here. So we have two main elements, and inside the first main element you have three elements too. 1, 2, 3. We have 4 elements inside. So is what we are going to work on now. So let's go back, and we always start by comment. Let me send this one to the top a little bit. So here we are, the home screen. So then is what we are going to do. Actually, we are now going to set our home. So let's come back to our HTML, our index HTML quickly, and we are going to set our home section. So we use section, we use ID home, we use ID home, and from there you will use inside our ID home, you will do ID home container. So we set a div class dot home container, so from there you will do what the next step will be a div class home test, div dot home test. So inside our div dot home test, we'll be having another four elements. I'll put them inside a h3 tag. So let's do h3 tag and affect a class logo to it. Okay, so h3 class logo, and so you asked me that that we have used already a class logo at the top here, and I'm again using a class logo at the down here because I want to affect our test welcome to hot the attribute of the class logo. You will see that in our HTML, our CSS file already, we will give some style to hot here by using class logo. So I want that same style to be applied to the text I'm going to type inside the h3 element. So I'll just use welcome to hot, and I will do the same. I will use the span tag and put an ID inside, ID logo, the same thing like the one at the top, like here you can see. Sorry, and we put food inside, and you can see here, you guys can see here immediately that the text we have put inside our h3 affecting the attribute of the class logo to it, giving class logo to it has given the same result as this food, hot food at the top, like our title. So that is it, because it will help you to avoid to waste your time to come back to the CSS file again and style the same thing again. So that is it. So now what you are going to do, you are going to set another h3 tag and give a class of home test to it, a title to it, test. So we copy this one many times because you want the same style for all of them. Control V, Control V. So we copy it, I think 3 times. That is it. So from then now you can put our text inside, which will be your favorite. Alright. So that's it, guys. Our test, the test has been set. So now we are going to give a style to it. But before to give a style to it, we work on our second main element, which is a post wrapper. We set a post wrapper to it. So what we do is we use div dot class. Div post wrapper, and inside a div post wrapper we set a div class post, and inside our div class post we set our various image we want to slide. So what we do is just we use image. Inside the image, before we just put here, we give a class to be able to work on that image, slider image. So we copy our post 3 times because we have 3 various images inside our slider, so we copy our post 3 times. So when we copy our post 3 times, we just put now the various image inside our post. we have pizza 1, we have image chicken. I love chicken. Image, have image salad 1. Let's see, salad 1. That is it. All our 3 images now has been set. You can see them, they are in column. So that is it. You can see them, they are in column. So what do we do now? I think we have set all our 2 main elements, which are the home test. Let me see. Okay. I'm just checking 1, 2, 3 things, guys, to make sure that I'm not doing any mistake. Yes, I can see that I have done a little mistake here. Our post wrapper is supposed to be in our home container. So what we do is I will just copy my post wrapper. I will cut it. I was seeing it coming, so I'll just put it inside our home container. So it's what I was checking. We have 2 main elements inside our home container, which are the home test, the post wrapper. So our home container starts from the top to the down here, where the div has been selected. Home container, we have our 2 main elements, and inside our home test we have 4 elements, which are the 4 H3 tags, which contain our text, and inside our post wrapper we have our image. So that is it. So now let's go back to our CSS file. But before to go to our CSS file, we have to use a slick carousel to make our image slide. So what I will do is I will first of all go in to my CSS file and work on them before to come and set our slick carousel. So first thing we are going to work on, it will be the post wrapper. So you give to the post wrapper a width of 50%, a height of 600 px. I want to see how it look. Okay, let me leave it like this. Post wrapper. After the post wrapper, we are having the post wrapper dot post wrapper. Then we have a background color. I'll give a background color to it. Is it necessary? No, no background color. Let's give a display line block and give a wide of 100% and a high of 100%, and we give a margin 0 ps, 3 ps, and the text align center. So that's what we are going to do for the main moment for the post. So now we are going straight to our image. So we use post wrapper post, and we use slider image to locate which image we are going to, where our image are. So we do a wide of 70%, a high of 100%, so that is it. And I think that's all for our post wrapper. So that's all for our post wrapper. Now we are going to work straight on our home container. Home container. I will put display flex. I think there's an overflow under here. You have to work on the overflow. There's overflow under. You guys can see that you have all here in the middle, but we just want only one image to appear from our slider. So we are going to work on it. And moreover, when we are under here, we can see that there's an overflow down. So that overflow, we are going to work on it. We are just going to do overflow, hiding, and we do a padding top of 20 ps. I think now you have to disappear. Okay guys, you can see that there's no any overflow anymore. You have only one picture. So we are going to, so now as I told you, we are going to work our home container. So the whole container will be display flex. We make the align item center. We do a justify content center, and from there we do what? We do a post. I think it's okay. Okay, so you can see that now our text and our slider or our image are aligned on the same line. They are aligned and they are they are in the middle. That is the result we are expecting. So now we are going to work on the home test. We are going to work on the very home test. So the home test will be H3, and we make padding top of 30 ps. So that is it. So that the element will have little space among them. We can also work on the home test titles. So we give a font family to it, just a font family, which will be Josephine. So as you can see now, our font family has changed. Now it looks like the same thing like here. That is it. So you can see that the text also has the same structure, the same font family with the one we have already built. So that is it. So what are we going to do next? Now we are going to make our pictures slide. So to do that, as I told you, we need a slick carousel. So the tutorial is very long, so I will try to make it short. So what I'm going to do, I will just copy straight and paste it, but I will leave the link under the description, the video description. We just need to go to let's say slick carousel, and from there you select the last carousel and you are here. So from here, usage, you just follow the process. You just follow the process and it will be well. So to avoid waste of time, I will just copy straight, but I will leave the link I have copied straight under the description. In the description, or not under the video, and in the description, sorry. So it's what you are going to do. So I will just straightly copy it and paste it, so that it will be a gain of time for us. So that is it. So I will try my best to put those two links inside the description of the video, so that you people can have access to it. Also, you can also have access to the full code. If in case that you are stuck, you can have access to the full code in my website. I will leave the description also under, so that you can have access straight to my website and get access freely to the code. It's just free to help you to learn. That is it. And also train yourself. It depends if you are training yourself for a job, or you are training yourself for or you want to look at it to make a website to someone. You can go for it, no matter your reason is okay. So what are we going to do now? The next thing we are going to do, after we have set this, we are going now to make it slide. So we are going simply to put under here a JavaScript. No, we put it under here a script. Inside that script, we are going to put the code which we allow our pictures to slide. So as I told you, I will just go and copy it and paste it. You can see it from the video, or from my website, also from the description of the video. It will be inside the description of the video. So we are going to do what? We are going just to copy. Okay, you guys can see now that he is sliding. So that is it. So as I told you, this code under here has to be in the script. It is like a jQuery code. It's from a slick carousel. So you will just use like this, and this code, and your image will start sliding. That is it. So you can see that now is well done and is sliding. So the next thing we are going to do, you can see that our website here, the one we have already done, is completely responsive, but our own are not. If you go to our own inspect, our own, the one we are building are not, is still, you can see that it's not too much that. And so we are going to make it responsive, and you can see that the way it's looking on the iPhone 12, the way it's looking in the, is not nice. So what we are going to do, we are going to make the element inside our nav container in column. The image picture will appear at the top, the slider will be at the top, and the text will be under, so that it will be more presentable. So what we are going to do now is we are going to make it responsive by using a media query. So let's just do it like this, so that you people can see it as soon we are working on it. So that is it. So let's go to our CSS and we put our media query under here. So we just always comment your code. So we just put media query, so that is it. Let's so inside our media query, we start making our navigation bar responsive. So we just make a small comment again. Not comment. Okay, we do media query, media only screen mass. We give a mass weight. Mass weight of 820 PS. I'm not going to, I hope guys I'm not going too much fast. I'm doing one by one. It's true that the video will be long, but it will help you people to understand few things. I don't want just to drop a code and you people won't understand anything. It's right, I'm taking my time to go step by step to show you people. So that is it. Inside now our media, we make a comment. We just put a comment here to notify that we are working on the nav bar responsive. So that is it. So inside of the nav bar responsive, we don't do menu. We come here, we just press and we do a wide of 50%, a font size of 15 PS. Dot shop font size. We work on the, we can see that now our nav bar is responsive. So we can see our shopping bag is too big, so we want to work on the shopping bag. So we just put a font size on 15 PS. Let's see how we give. Now it's better. So we can see now that, we can see now that our nav bar is completely responsive. Everything is at its place. It's nice looking. So let's try in the, you can see also in the Galaxy S8, same thing. Let's take the iPad Air, same thing, very nice. So that is it. Now we are going to work now on our home screen, so that that home screen too will be looking very nice like this one. Okay, so it's what we are going to do now. So let's go. We'll go back to our iPhone 12. Okay, so from there, the next thing to do, we close our nav. Just close it. We just put close nav bar responsive close. Here we now put another, open another tag. We do another comment. So here we just put home, and we put responsive. So what do we do from there? We just go straight to our home container. Home container. Home container, and in our home container we do flex direction colon, As we have put flex direction colon, you can see that now our text is at the top and the image slider is at the down. So what we are going to do, we are going to put now the slider at the top and the text under. So we just use colon reverse. So that is it. But you can see that still we are having a challenge. All the text, you can see that the text is at the top, completely at the top, and the text is at the down. So we are going to work on that one too. We are going to first of all take the post wrapper dot post dot slide that image, and we give to our image a wide of 80%. We give the height of 100%. So let's see. Okay, and now we are going to work on the dot post wrapper. Our post wrapper will give the width of 100 ps, and we give a height of 750 ps. And let's see what is happening. Adding top of 50 ps. Not very well looking. When for the screen, the home screen, you can see that some of the text is going down. When we go to the iPhone 12 2, completely the text has disappeared. So what we do then is we give to our home container a height of 90 VH. That is it. Now guys, you can see that our text now is back. Okay, so that is it. We have our post wrapper 75, a post wrapper, the height is 750 ps. So that is it. Basically that is it guys. So we have finished the first section of our video. If you can see now, it's the same thing like the one we have built already. So when we put it on any devices, is responsive, you can see. So that is it guys. So see you for the next video. I hope that you enjoy it and you have learned a lot.